Today we are joined by Accept singer Mark Tornillo. Mark is out on the road currently with KK's Priest. Great double bill, Accept and KK's Priest. Man, you talk about a ton of great classic metal between those two bands. That is a hot ticket. They're in the middle of the tour right now. And Mark was kind enough to join us on short notice, and we got to pick his brain a little bit about current happenings. We have had Mark on the show in the past, so if you're looking for more past history, maybe a little more in-depth conversation, definitely check out our previous episode with Mark Tornillo. And yeah, today was kind of an update on the latest album, Humanoid, and the current tour with KK's Priest. Mark looked like he's in good spirits and great shape, and he's just out there being a rock and roll soldier.
Oh yeah, when they announced this tour, which has a title, the Full Metal Assault Tour, and I actually thought that an event shirt for this tour, maybe they have one. I didn't. We didn't get any information indulged quite offered to us about the merch table. It's not something that we talk about often here, but
Right.
When I saw the ads for that, KK's Priest and Accept, and it had KK and Wolf, doing the whole like warrior thing, facing each other with their flying V's. I was like, I need that on a T-shirt.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And I don't know if that's going to be offered, but
yeah.
But anyway, the idea of a tour called Full Metal Assault, which is KK's Priest with Ripper Owens, of course, and playing songs off of their current record, and then Accept Humanoid coming out this year as well, I think is an unbelievable actual full metal assault for a night of hits, of heavy metal hits. It sounds like a heavy metal party to me. I believe that anyone who has any love for either band, Judas Priest, Accept, whether it be, the old Udo days or the last 15 years with Mark Tornillo, our guest today, you're in for a treat no matter what. And like I divulged in the interview, I saw both bands on the Monsters of Rock cruise, and it was unbelievable. So when they announced that tour right after that cruise, I was like, I felt like I was a fly on the wall that wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that needs to be one show, because I saw both acts play separate on the boat, and that needs to be one show. I was like, of course, when they announced the tour, I was like, duh, of course that's going to happen. And so I'm excited to see it here in Central Texas at the end of September 29th. But awesome to get Mark in here today to talk about it mid-tour on his phone from his hotel room, which can be a pain in the ass sometimes because, you're tired or, on the road, just, you got to wake up to go do something,
Yeah.
So, great to see him. He looks fantastic, and I'm sure he's sounding fantastic, and tonight makes 4 in a row, he said. So, I mean, singing like that can be a bear. You gotta be careful. We talk about that a little bit too.
That's another reason I was so grateful that he joined us today, especially on short notice, because he's going on gig number 4 in a row, and guys need to rest their voice, man. A lot of times people won't do interviews on a day when they have a show, or especially on, a day when they're already clocking 4 in a row. So we truly extend our appreciation to Mark for making time for us today. Great guy. And, we talk a little bit in the episode. He's filled some pretty mighty big shoes. And the thing is that he's amassed a catalog now with Accept that can stand on its own. Like, he's done a significant number of albums that have all been killer stuff. And so hats off to Mark for, stepping into gigantic shoes and creating his own identity and making it last and making it work, and still giving all of us metalheads lots of great new music to listen to under the Accept banner. So
what's awesome is how humble he is and realizes that he's going to get shot at if they don't do balls to the wall and fast as a shark. And stuff like that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Restless and Wild, they have to do those tunes. And at the same time, he also knows that they could probably, at this point, with the fandom that they do have over hit the Mark era, as he even calls it,
yeah.
they could do a whole set of that stuff and
It
it
would
would
be
be
gangbusters.
great and it
Yeah,
would still kick ass and people would
exactly.
still have a good time and enjoy the songs because it holds up.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, hats off to Mark. I mean, wow, what an incredible career he's had, and yeah, it's really tough to step into someone's shoes, someone as iconic as Udo Dirkschneider with a voice that's so unique. And
Yeah.
Mark's done it, just knocked it out of the park, and he's still going strong. So
Well, and he just celebrated his 70th birthday.
yes, yeah, he
So
shared that with us.
to be able to go out there and be in he's in great shape,
Yeah,
vocally and mentally and physically.
physically, yeah,
But as he says, it's not something that just happened because he's now an accept. It's something that he's habitually he's got good habits,
oh
right?
yeah, he's been working hard for a long
Obviously
time.
takes care of himself and cares about the job that he's doing when he's on stage. So,
Yeah.
happy birthday. Congratulations on everything, and especially the Full Metal Assault Tour with Accept supporting KK's Priest, a double headliner bill, if you ask me.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
that's probably going to go on for another couple of weeks. I don't know how much longer they're going to go through, but it's a U.S. tour. It's a full tour. But they're in New York this weekend. They just played in Hollywood, so they're working their way. They're gobbling up the calendar.
Yeah,
So
and he told us also that you might get a surprise every now and then because he's already joined KK's Priest. He got up on stage with Ripper and did a song, or did Ripper get up with him?
Ripper got up with
Oh,
Accept and did Balls to the Wall at
there you
Vakken.
go. Okay.
Yeah, at Vakken.
So
Yeah.
there is a chance that, they could join forces at some point on this tour and knock out a classic. So if you're going, be on the lookout for that. And you should be going to this anyway. It's like we said earlier. It's rare that you get a double bill this strong. There's always oftentimes a support band that's good, but these two guys are like titans of the genre, and they're toe to toe equally matched. And this is a really strong double bill.
Here's a way to look at it, and then you can take us out. So at least my friends who like heavy metal, they've got plenty of records with KK, and they've got plenty of records with Accept of Accept, right?
Yeah.
So KK's Priest, whether they have the KK's Priest material, they've got old Judas Priest records sitting right next to their Accept albums too. I don't know any heavy metal fans that don't have a Judas Priest album that don't also have at least a couple of Accept albums.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah,
puts it in some kind of different sort of perspective of the genre. And I'm generalizing, but when you put those two together, it's like someone can go, "Oh, I have all their records. Wow, ding dong!" Right?
yeah.
You
It's
have to go. Yeah, it's perfect.
it speaks to the might of each band and
Perfect.
the history of each band.
That's
So
right.
yeah, it's a
That's
great
right.
double bill. By the time this episode drops, they'll be halfway through the tour, so there's plenty more to see. Get tickets, go out, check them out. I mean, what a night of metal, Accept and KK's Priest. So glad he could join us today. Mark Tornillo from Accept on the Talk Louder podcast.